I've got my Royal Enfield t-shirt on today, which means one thing: another Royal Enfield to be demoed today by myself, Ride with T. And today it's the Guerrilla 450. It's another blue sky day. Here I am at CMS Motorcycles in Exeter. It's a fabulous day. I'm surrounded by Royal Enfields. Here is the new Bear 650. First time I've seen one actually. And we've got a couple of Interceptors, Continental, and this is my ride today, the Guerrilla 450. The first water-cooled engine produced by Royal Enfield. It's 452cc, even though they call it a 450, it's 452cc. So there are some of you out there that have sold your Meteor 650 because of back pain or because of too heavy a bike and have changed to the Guerrilla. So would I do that? Would I do that in the future? I would possibly have to. I'm 57 now. In another 10 years' time, 67, possibly I would have to go to a lighter bike. I was thinking the Hunter, because I do like that bike, the Hunter 350. I absolutely love that bike. But this is a step up from the Hunter. So I'm going to keep riding it today and give you my honest opinions after a bit more riding. So Guerrilla, it's a very unusual name. It's not gorilla. It's guerrilla, and that's a Spanish word for little army. It's been used in the English language. I'm going to read the definition here from the dictionary. Guerrilla, a member of a small independent group taking part in irregular fighting, typically against a larger regular force. So, are Royal Enfield standing out independently? Yes, they are. Are they fighting against a larger force? Do they look at this as a war that they're fighting against other brands to win? Quite possibly. So now it's time for me to sit on the bike. 780 millimeters apparently. We're going to put that to the test. When I did this on the Himalayan, I couldn't do it. On the side stand, put my leg over, stand it upright. I couldn't even do that with the Himalayan 450. On this bike, no problem at all. So the same engine, much better for me. So would I prefer this over the Himalayan? 100%. That bike is my nemesis, the Himalayan. I have made over 120 videos on YouTube now, I think. And the Himalayan video is the only one that I got a lot of hate, a lot of negative comments, people calling me a liar, attention seeking, whatever. I couldn't genuinely get that bike off the center stand. I found it too top heavy. It was a full tank of fuel on that bike on that day, and I just literally couldn't do it. I do realize now that my technique was wrong. So what people were saying to me is I should have turned the steering to the right, put my weight on here and push forward. That doesn't make it easier. But what I was worried about was the bike going over the point of balance and not knowing how far I had to go on the other side. I didn't want to drop a brand new bike. I'm having flashbacks to the last time when I tried to ride the Himalayan, because I couldn't even get it off the side stand, could I? Let's try this for size. Yes, I can, because it's only a 780 millimeter seat height, so I'm pretty much flat footing the bike. So we have to get Mrs. T to try this, because that's what some of you suggested. A new classic, my Meteor. Currently no active navigation. Well, that's a lie. I spent half an hour trying to set it up. disappointing. So first off, I'm a little disappointed already. I loaded up the map, I loaded up a route. It's failed to load on the TFT display, and because you're not supposed to turn off your phone, you're not supposed to lock the screen, my phone is nearly on fire in my pocket, so I have to stop and turn off the sat-nav. Now I understand why other YouTubers don't use the TFT display when they're filming videos on the Himalayan or this bike. My pocket is red hot, so it's a nice feature if you can have your phone permanently charged, I suppose, but because I've not got a cable today, I can't do that. So we do have LED headlight, LED indicators, we've got the TFT display, which I couldn't get on with today. I think if you were an owner and you persevered with it, it would work, but you're definitely going to have to have your phone on charge all the time that you use it. So I have to be a bit careful on this bike today because it's only done 193 miles. So it's not had its first service, it's not broken in yet. So I won't be revving it to the extremes today. Those 17-inch wheels are making it nice and agile, very similar to the Hunter. So we have got 17-inch rims front and back. These are unusually coloured in a light blue, navy blue, metallic. Really nice actually. It's too modern for my taste, but for younger people this would definitely appeal to me when I was younger, for sure. 17-inch is the preferred choice for wheel sizes because it really opens up the tyre size options for you and the brands. All the brands and all the options are there when you go for 17-inch wheels, especially on the rear. Very nice wheels, very low profile tyres I would say. They're Seat again, which is Royal Enfield's own brand. 120/70 R17s. Nice and grippy for dry. I'm not sure what they'd be like in the wet. It does say there, grip, Seat grip. They do feel grippy. They do feel softer than my Meteor ones, so hopefully there are a bit of grip on them. But it's got more horsepower than the Hunter, right? On some specification sheets that I see, they say that it's 39 horsepower, but on the one I've just checked in the Royal Enfield showroom, it says 29 horsepower. So that's a difference in results there. So here is our Sherpa engine, the first water-cooled engine produced by Royal Enfield, the very first. Obviously the Himalayan was first, but this is the same engine out of the Himalayan. It's 452cc, even though they call it a 450, it's 452cc. And yeah, it's unusual. It's got a different vibe. People do say that you get a little bit of shake off the foot pegs. I have found it slightly, but only when you rest your rear heel on the exhaust. If you get your rear heel away from the exhaust, it's not as bad. So I am absolutely happy at last to be riding a water-cooled Royal Enfield. So the word Sherpa, it comes from the Himalayas, right? I think so. It's when a small guide helps you navigate up Everest, possibly, is a Sherpa, helps you carry your stuff. So is this bike going to guide me today? Is it going to carry my equipment today? I've got my tank bag, which I do like to carry everywhere I go now because it does help me carry my filming equipment. The weights are interesting. On the Royal Enfield specifications it says dry weight 171 kilograms, but obviously that's dry. You've got to add water, you've got to add fuel, you've got to add oil, so that will give you your curb weight. And from what research I've done, the curb weight on this bike is 185 kilograms, and some even say 191 kilograms. I would say it depends on how much fuel you put in, but I would say 185 kilograms, I think, for this bike. So some of you clever folks out there have said to me, why didn't you buy Mrs. T the Guerrilla 450. Why did you buy the Hunter? Well, the reason is simple. The Hunter was a lot cheaper and we bought it second hand and I had a deal on it. Plus there's some other news on it which I'm still waiting to reveal. But this bike, I didn't even think. I just thought it would be too tall and too heavy for Mrs. T. So we're going to get her to try that in a second to see how she gets on. One thing I like about it, it has got quite high up handlebars. So they're higher up and more leaning back than the Hunter 350. So I'm less leaning forward. That's quite nice. We've got an offset fuel cap and an offset speedometer. Obviously this is playing havoc with my OCD. It is a nice looking bike though. And as always with Royal Enfield, the quality is there. It really is there. Everything's nicely finished, the welds are good. The paint finish is good, it's slightly metallic there. Everything is looking really nice. Everything is all labelled up and serial numbered. And yeah, our first water-cooled Royal Enfield. We're now on the M5, briefly. I can't go too fast on this bike because it's new. Am I feeling vibration through the pedals? Yeah, a little bit. I am. I think it's amplified if you touch your back heel on the exhaust, and I think that's the mistake some people are making. If you put your feet on the extreme edges of the pegs and get yourself away from the frame of the bike, it's not as bad. Let's see how she corners. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty nice. And obviously we got better acceleration than the Hunter. Yeah. It's very agile. And it's holding itself nicely. She's got some pull. Not as good as a classic 650, but better than the Hunter 350. So we're in the middle, which is how it's priced. Middle pricing. The Hunter is £4,000. This one is £4,850, I believe. And the classic 650, £6,500. So we're middle of the road, middle of the price range. So what can I say about this bike? I'm mainly riding it in the city today. I've decided I don't like riding in cities. That's one thing I've learned today. And motorways. I've never been a fan of motorways either. It's got to be the B roads for me when I ride a bike. This bike is very capable of B roads and handling. I'm just not liking the fact that I've got to be up and down the gearbox a lot. I'm not liking that. That's where the Hunter was better. I could get away in second and third without changing gears at all. Just cruising through the city. On this one, I'm up and down like a yo-yo. So it's a very vibey bike. It's got a very sporty feel. It's still an A2 license, so you know it's still reachable for a lot of people. So one thing I've noticed with this bike is you have to be in the right gear. It's a 6-speed gearbox, but you have to be in the right one. It's not as forgiving as the Hunter. And this is possibly why people are feeling the vibration from the pegs, just slightly not in the right gear. It's very nimble, very agile. So we're in the city. This is a roadster bike, so it's going to be city orientated more than long distance, I think. It's obviously capable of doing both, as well as a little bit of off-roading. So a multitasking bike. It is vibey, it's a vibey bike. It's not what I'm used to, but I think this power range is not what I'm used to. It's not low end torque this time. See, I'm in second gear. It doesn't want to stay there. It wants to be third, and then when it's in third, it doesn't know whether it wants to be there or in second. And now I'm back to second. So it's up and down the gearbox. Not perfect for me. Not through the city. So we're heading back to CMS Motorcycles now. Thank you to them for lending me the Guerrilla 450 today. Much appreciated. They have got a great selection of bikes here. Absolutely fantastic. Very friendly once again. And very accommodating to me today. So thank you. And here we are. Royal Enfields everywhere. Hello, Mrs. T. What's it like being surrounded by Royal Enfields? Is it nice? I think you should just try and sit on that bike right now. Just see if you can do it, yeah. I can hold the car keys. See if you can do it. You can. That's exactly the same feeling I had on the Himalayan. I was yeah. You just can't do it. That's it. That's exactly what I was like with the Himalayan 450. It's not though. It's not much heavier than your Hunter.
And then why?
It's just leaning over a little bit further initially, and maybe higher tank. Maybe I'll try and pull it up for you. No. Okay, so the Hunter is the right choice for you. That's all I can say, isn't it? The Hunter is the perfect choice for you. And I prefer the Hunter over this myself, to be honest. It's a nice bike, but you're up and down the gears too much for the city. But the Hunter just likes to tick along second or third and it stays there. So, that's the Guerrilla 450. A very capable machine that's clearly built for purpose. It handles well, feels solid, and has all the right ingredients for riders who want a nimble, modern roadster. But make no mistake, this is not your traditional Royal Enfield. The higher revving engine and the way it delivers its torque feels quite different from the classic thumpers we're used to. If you're expecting that laid-back, low-end grunt, you might be surprised. Still, it's a bold step forward and one that I think will win a whole new audience for Royal Enfield. If you found this review helpful, please give it a like and let me know in the comments. Is the Guerrilla 450 the kind of Royal Enfield you've been waiting for, or are you sticking with the classics? Don't forget to subscribe for more honest rides, and I'll see you in the next one.